everyone. Hello. Nice to see you. I am Andrew Hawkrattle. It is not the name on the thumbnail. Hopped in last minute here to teach you a little bit about keyframes in Premiere Pro. So this is going to be a little bit of a kind of beginner intro stream. We're going to be talking about keyframes. We're going to talk about easing. We're going to talk a little bit about punch-ins. So it's going to be a fun hangout stream. Hopefully you have a great time. If you have any questions, please let me know in the chat, whether you're watching on Behance or YouTube. I'll be checking out both of those chats. And hello, Echo. That's my fault. Here we go, chat. I'm so sorry. There we go. All right. No echo. Thanks so much. We set this up just a few minutes ago. So here we go. All right. I don't need a headphone in because I can't hear you, but I can read you. So what we're going to do is we're going to be hopping in today and we're going to be checking out a project that I worked on not too long ago. And that is a video project that I worked on with Southwest Airlines. Now, this was very different kind of vintage vibe. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop in here. So this is my project and we have a lot of this footage and I'm just gonna kind of scroll through and play so that you can see what's going on here in these clips. It very much is old kind of vintage vibe. You can see there's a lot of those like zooms. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to kind of show you how to punch in, how to maybe move this around a little bit. And then I also might want to put in like an overlay, maybe a text overlay. We were putting in a title, maybe we were putting in some kind. Need to switch mics again. Am I good? Oh, chat. Hold on, hold for me. There we go. All right, we got two done. And let me just, you know what? Echo here. There's going to be an echo here. And now there's not an echo here. All right, chat, we did it. We did it. All right. So we're back into this project here. And what we're going to do is we're going to be working to create some kind of punch ins and zooms. So I'm just going to do really, really basic on this last shot here. And you'll be able to see that we can move in, we can move left to right. And I kind of just want to talk about what you can do with keyframes. Hold, please. Oh. Got to get it out. So keyframes 101. Basically, a keyframe is like a roller coaster. You're telling Premiere to start here and end here, and then you're going to be telling it with how much velocity are you wanting it to go or stop or hold. So let's jump in, and right here you can see this clip. We do have a little bit of a zoom right there, but I want like extreme close up. My friend Kelly drinking out of the cup. I want to do kind of an extreme close-up punch-in, and maybe in this one I want to follow Kelly a little bit better. So what we can do is basic. We're going to zoom in here, and I'm just going to show you with a keyframe, we're going to be working up here in our effect controls. And anywhere that we go up here, this is basically just like kind of putting in coordinates, right? So here, what we're going to do is using this little stopwatch, that's how you initiate your keyframe. And initiating a keyframe is basically giving you the ability and the knowledge to Premiere to say, start here, stop there. So we're going to do right here, we're going to start with a scale, and we're just going to do a hard punch in, y'all. This is just to show you what's going on. So we're going to start here, scale 100, and then you go to wherever you would like it to end. So right now we're saying, hey, Premiere, at this point right here, so at 4 seconds and 4.6 seconds, 4.06, all we need to do is jump here. And now by 5 seconds, we want it to be somewhere else. So here we want it zoomed at 100%. We move up to 5 seconds and we're gonna say, you know what? I want it to be at 200%. All you need to do is change that and it will automatically add that keyframe to you, to your project, which makes it really easy. You don't have to like move things around. But if you wanted to, we could move this around to extend the timing. So I'm going to pull it in here just so we can see and watch what happens. As I play this, you're not going to see anything on the first one because it is at 100%. But as it goes to 200%, you can see there that the number right here is actually changing as we go. And what that's doing is it is saying, hey, here I want 100%, here I want 200%, and it is seamlessly kind of transitioning between those two. So I'm going to play it here and boom, extreme zoom, and we're getting that like really crazy zoom. Now, if you wanted to, you could do a hard cut there and you could zoom into 200%, but that wouldn't need a keyframe. So this is getting a little bit too intense for me. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put this at 300 so we can really see that crazy zoom. And this is what that difference looks like. So here, crazy zoom in. So don't love that. What I want to do is maybe I want to zoom into Kelly's face. So we're going to say, hey, I want you to start here. And by the end of our zoom, right, we're zooming to 300%. We want it to zoom and lock into Kelly's face. So super easy way to do this is, again, we're saying, hey, I'm so used to saying Illustrator Photoshop. Hey, Premiere Pro, we want you to start here. And then we want you to end here, right? This is the MTV Extreme close-up 100%. And we want it to end on Kelly's face. So when the zoom starts right here, I am going to have it start keyframing the position. So the position is going to lock right here. And then by the end, we want it to find Kelly's face. Right now it's on his shoulder. That's not what we want. So what's cool with keyframes is you can augment all of these different options. So you can keyframe opacity, rotation, you can do an anchor point, you can also do position, which is what we're going to do now. And position is going to keyframe vertical and horizontal. So let's go ahead and drag this over. And as you drag to the left, you'll see it drags to the left. As you drag up, it is the right is actually up. So there we go. We have locked in to Kelly by the end of this zoom. And so what we're going to do now is as we play this, it is keyframed the zoom as well as the position, which is going to be kind of a pan and tilt to where Kelly is. Now, this is going to be really harsh right now, but I am going to show you how to smooth it out just a little bit. So let's play and see what happens. There she is. So you see that we got those keyframes moving our video up and down, left and right, and getting that zoom in. Now, it got a little bit too crazy for me. And so what we're going to do is we are going to change these to be a little bit of a different keyframe, and that is going to change all of our interpolation. And interpolation has a bunch of different pieces here. We can do a continuous Bezier, which means that it is going to flow smoothly. We are going to do auto Bezier, which is going to do the settings for us so that it will move smoothly. We can do Bezier. That is a little bit more manual, but ease in, ease out. Right now, we're just going to do auto Bezier. And what that's going to do is it's turn these to circles. And the circles mean that you're not doing hard cuts, right? So it is going to ramp a little bit. So you'll see up here, actually, we already have a little bit of a black bar. That's because that keyframe is using that auto Bezier to really almost feel like a snapback rubber band, right? So it's almost doing like a and let's see what that looks like and then how we can augment it. So you see it's a little more smooth there. And what we'd want to do is we would just want to adjust here so that we're not getting this right there, that little red part. It's because the zoom is kind of snapping out and snapping in. Almost that rubber band effect when you pull down your iPhone. It's kind of boom. And so we don't want that. So what we could do is we could just adjust where the position would be over here. So a way that I like to do this and the way I like to use this is actually with text animations. So it's really easy if you're working on a document, if you want to like zoom in on something, if you want to show something. No sound effects. I need that rubber band effect again, Paco says. So a really easy way to play around with this is to try to get some kind of text and then almost zoom in, zoom out, zoom around with the text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a new project here that I have been working on. This is another collaboration that I've been working on for a company called Chiba Hut. And this one is very much a little bit of that like old school MTV. Y'all know that I love the old school MTV vibes. So I'm going to hop in right here and you can see here that this is a project I'm working on, and I'm going to actually take the music out because y'all, I definitely don't want to destroy your ears. So we're going to take all this music out here and kind of just scrub through, and you can see the vibes that are happening here. And you'll see that I actually put this text over, and there are a couple effects here. Now, what I want to do is I actually want to extend this clip right here, and I want it to do like a boom, boom, bam, boom, boom, bam. If you've seen... I don't know how else to describe that. But I want it to like hit in to my name to maybe it's like a close crop, zooms out, moves, and then zooms into Chiba Hut. So I want it to kind of do this bouncing effect. And there's a super easy way using keyframes. So there's not a ton of space here, but I am going to see if I can do some very, very tight keyframes to hit. Yes, thank you, Paloma, the boom, boom, bam. Y'all don't forget about the boom, boom, bam. Advanced tips here only. So we're gonna hit you with the boom, boom, bam. And the easiest way to do that is to place your keyframes close together and kind of do very harsh, intense cuts. And I'm thinking of like the Nickelodeon intro. I don't know why, but that's like it's the character kind of pop-ins. And so what we're gonna do is I know that I want this to start at a certain point. So we're gonna go here and we're starting with our little static. And here I do want to zoom right as it comes in right there. I want it to have this like really harsh jump cut, right? So we're going to scale this clip up and we want to make sure that we have it right here. Is this the right one? Let's actually see. Easy way to do this is I don't know which layer is what. Right now I have this, which I think is just a background layer, but easiest way to do this is to just grab the position and move it. And there you can see that we are in fact in the right place. And you'll notice that we didn't add a anchor point, or we didn't add any kind of keyframe because we didn't have the timer turned on. Again, you need the timer to turn on to add in that keyframe. So let's go here and we're going to come right back to where that punch in is right there. And we are going to zoom this. We are going to move this. So we're going to come in here and I definitely want it to kind of crop in like this. So this almost like TV static. And we're going to add in the position here. So I already have made an error. And the error that I have made is we did not start at 100. So what I'm going to do is I think that this looks okay now that we're starting zoomed in. But we definitely want it to pop. And so what I can do is we are going to add in one more keyframe, which is right here. Ooh, that's crispy. I think that that would get blurry, but it got real crispy. And we are going to zoom this again a little bit, but we're going to zoom it over to maybe a different position like this. And I don't want to lose the top there. And then we're going to do maybe one more here, and we're going to hit it with another extreme zoom in. Why is this so crisp? What's the resolution of this image that I'm putting in here? Okay. And then we're going to zoom it back out so that it displays the name. Swoop. And pull that up there just a little bit more here. I don't want to necessarily show the collab yet. There we go. So let's play that and you'll see these keyframes jump really, really intensely. So play, boom. You see we got that little like TV static look. And where did it go off the screen? I saw that I lost right there. So I missed a little anchor point here. And what you can do is you can see that we are losing part of the top here. And as I go, you'll see that it actually is cropped in too low. If you want to jump between anchor points, you can simply use this arrow to go, sorry, keyframes. You can use this arrow to jump between your keyframes to see where everything is. So this keyframe got real wonky, and I don't necessarily want that to be the case. So I'm just going to pull this and make sure that it comes all the way back here. Maybe we want it there. And then I'm going to jump back in a keyframe and we're going to adjust this one. That looks good. That looks good. And maybe this one I just take up a little bit. All right, let's play our little zoom in effect. Ba, ba, ba. All right, so pretty quick there. And what I want to do is maybe I want this to happen a few times. You can actually copy and paste your keyframes. So we're going to go here. We're going to right click and copy. And then I'm going to have it do another boom, boom, bam hit. And then maybe one more boom, boom, bam hit right there. So I don't want these to necessarily be as smooth as they could be if I did like an auto Bezier. So as I play, boom, you got, that's one too many. That was definitely one too many. So we're going to hit here and we're going to take maybe some of these out. And you can just click and drag over those keyframes to delete as many as you need. From there, we are going to zoom out to 100%. And what's great is I can just do 100% here. And then we're going to arrange this to be right in the center to make sure that everything is locked up. Cool. All right, so we're there. And what we want to do is this is actually going to be, we don't want this to move per se. So we can right click here, we can go to the temporal and position, and we can do a hold. And this is going to add that little stop right here, and that means that it's going to stop right there. So let's play this, and we definitely are going to get our crazy boom, boom, bam, boom, boom, bam. And then you'll see that it locks and holds right there. So if we want to transition out of that hold, which we do want to do, I am just going to create a new keyframe right here. And we can create a new keyframe by clicking this little diamond gem, jewel, ruby. It looks like a rupee to me, like in Zelda. So we're gonna click that and you'll see that it comes in with the hold. Now I wanna zoom in to what's happening on the bottom here. And we're going to zoom and give it just one more boom, boom, bam. And you see that it actually is pulling the hold all the way through. So we can right click here, and here we are going to go linear, and that is going to pull us hold and boom. It's going to hit us with that jump cut. So it's going to basically hold that frame until it hits the next point. So let's go ahead. There we go. So it's going to hold right there, and boom, jump to the next one. So I'm going to move this down so it's back in position. And once we're here, it is holding to that frame, boom. And now we have a little bit, thank you, boom, boom, bams. Yes, thank you, boom, boom, bams in chat. Now we have the ability to go in, add more keyframes, and start pulling things together. So something else that we can do is we can actually add in some opacity keyframes. So again, you can use keyframes on a bunch of different things. I'm going to hit this with the boom, boom, bam real quick. And you can also add it into the opacity. So I'm just going to give this like a 3, a boom, boom. This is more of a boom, bam, not like a boom, boom, bam. One more to 100 right here. And then we're going to pull this back down. So now as we play this clip, we'll get this really cool kind of jumping motion as we play through. Boom, 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 bam, boom, bam. Crazy. So I do want this kind of static to be in there a little bit more. And if I wanted to, I could add those keyframes to change the opacity. So clicking here is going to change the opacity, and changing opacity just is allowing you to bring something in and out. So this goes over the whole clip. I don't want that much static. And so what I want to do is I'm actually going to move to have this static kind of come in and out. And we're going to go here. We are going to click on opacity. And from there, we can usually start with 100 and then pull it down. And I like to do this for like a flicker effect, is I'll kind of just do different numbers going up and down, almost as it's fading in and out. We can use the arrow keys to go back and forth, and then just keep clicking into this to add a flicker effect. And I want these really close to each other. You can click and drag those those excuse me, keyframes. Chat, what's happening? Anywhere that you want to go. And so we're going to pull this down to like 50. This is an easy way to just create that flickering effect, is to just go up and down. So up and down, maybe by 10 up and then 20 down. And that way you're going to get this kind of fading out flicker effect. And each time I move this, I'm just moving it by 2 or 3 frames. And that's allowing me to change the opacity just a little bit to get a flicker effect. 20, and then let's go to 0. So let's play that and see what it looks like with a flickering kind of static effect. So you'll see there, flickered in and out, and you can see all of those kind of going back and forth. And maybe we want to change the blend mode as well here. Maybe we want to change this to like an overlay. That's going to give us a really intense look. Chat, these anchor points are on the wrong layer. Punch me. So we're going to copy these, and then we're going to try to go up to this little, I think that this up here is actually where we want it. And we are going to try to paste those anchor points. So we made a mistake, but super easy to copy and paste those keyframes to allow us to add that effect to another clip. So we can come here, and now let's watch what happens. There you go. You can see the anchor, or so you can see the keyframes kind of created that static look fading in and out. You can see it fading in and out. And if we wanted to, we could also change this to maybe a multiply is going to make it really dark. Let's do an overlay to make it really bright. And now we have that static effect that we were looking for to really kind of pull in and out, create that flicker, and pull us with those anchor points. If I wanted to, again, I could grab these. We could go in, we could do an auto Bezier. And the way I'm doing that is you just select it and then you can right click. And by right clicking on it, you can bring up that menu to create that fade and that very smooth transition. So something that I like to do with this is to almost have like a large document, and then you can move from article to article. You can highlight some of the text. You can do like a nice pop out if you wanted to. But again, keyframes are literally just little roller coasters. All you need to do is select where you want to start, where you want to end, and tell Premiere how much momentum you want to go through those. So again, you can do it with position, you can do it with zoom, you can do it with scale, you can do it with opacity, and you also can do some tracking. You can rotate things if you like to create that kind of like cool spinning look. Really, really easy. So stick around. There is some more great content coming up on Adobe Live. It's video day, so we got some awesome video content coming to you in just a few minutes. This has been so much fun. Hopefully you learned a little bit about the basics of using keyframes to move things around in your documents. And I will see you again another day, maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, here on Adobe Live. Stick around. Great content coming up. And thanks to Evan Abrams, who was right before this. If you want to learn more about video, we always have the creative challenges happening every week at 9:30 with our friend Evan Abrams. It'll be switching up the next time that you see it. But thanks so much, Evan. Hopefully you learned something. I will see you another time. Stick around. Bye, everybody.